We've seen this over and over and over again in professional football. The New York Giants kicker, Brown, he was beating up his wife for years, and everybody knew about it, including the Mara family and the Tisch family, and they threw it under the rug. They didn't want to do anything. They fined him, and then they eventually suspended him and then got rid of him. I don't know if this story is true. Maybe she does have video. Maybe this story is going to grow legs. We have seen this before. We have seen NFL players also be accused of things that they haven't done. Now, I have never heard any story come out over the years about Von Miller being abusive. I do know Von Miller is one of those leaders that you respect, one of the better defensive players we've seen in the NFL for the last 15 years. I believe a Hall of Famer. He won a Super Bowl with the Broncos. He was the MVP. And the NFL definitely has to investigate it because, the police is going to investigate it. And this could be worse in that situation more than the NFL finding him and suspending him, kicking him out of the league. We've seen this before. Ray Rice was one of those guys. She wasn't pregnant. He was in an elevator. He was drinking. Something happened in the casino and he knocked his future wife out. What happened? He gets suspended and he never plays in the NFL again. Now, Von Miller is a little bit up there in age. He just got $100 and some odd million contract from the Buffalo Bills. I don't see anybody taking on a contract like that. I think his career is over if this story is true. Now, I understand what Roger Goodell is trying to do. He's trying to fix the league. He's trying to look at the league as a whole, not just in the fact of domestic violence and drug abuse, and also betting on sports now, which has become a very popular thing for NFL players to do. But when you look at this, and you look at the fact that domestic violence has been going on in professional sports, and then finally the NFL steps in and they're dropping hammers on these players because they shouldn't be putting their hands on women. Where is the NFL with this? Why isn't the NFL doing more when it comes to this? Because how many domestic violent things that we've seen come out of the NFL? Why isn't the NFL suspended these guys significantly? Watson was getting hand job at the Texans facility. That was illegal too, and that's something that the NFL is not going to like or is going to push when it comes to professional sports. What is the NFL going to do to Von Miller? Von Miller is very well respected in the NFL, well respected around his peers. Now, if this is true, I'd suspend him for a full season without pay. And the NFL has to look like this. Myles Garrett, how many games did he miss by taking his helmet off and trying to hit a quarterback? Just 6 games. This is even worse than that. You're putting your hands on a woman. You're beating a woman up. How could you let this go? And Roger Goodell, he's been sweeping things under the rug for years. The CTE situation, paying players for obviously that have retired and giving them what they need to rehabilitate when it comes to brain injury, knee injuries, back injuries, $100 million. It disrupts what the NFL is trying to build as a product. You can't suspend him unless you know if this story is true. She says she has video. Does she have video him hitting her or grabbing her? If she has video just videoing her arms being grabbed, her mother could have done it. Her father could have done it. Her sister could have done it to her. There's so many cameras all over the place now. If somebody didn't catch Von Miller. Von Miller's a big man. The guy's like 6'4", 260 pounds. He's a linebacker, defensive end. He's a big man. Somebody has a video of it. And if they don't, and if it's in stages of her house, and she just has video of bruises on her arm, that's not enough to convict him. It could be about a baby. It could be about money.
What she was describing definitely sounds a lot worse than some of these situations we've seen. The worst one probably was Greg Hardy with the NFL standards. But
oh my God, what he did to his girlfriend. Oh my God, he almost killed her. And he's still got a job by the Cowboys.
Yeah, the great Jerry Jones. Not caring about off-field issues, but this is a different standard of that. It's still very violent. Bills are going to be stuck with that contract for a while. So there's 4 more years left on that deal.
I think that Von Miller right now is a Hall of Fame. This could hurt him going into the Hall of Fame. Why would the board actually vote him in if this story is true?
Terrell Owens got kept out for not even close to being as bad.
What they did to Terrell Owens was a catastrophe. I understand that he has a lot of interesting personalities off the field. There was something going on with the San Francisco 49ers, and he was doing sit-ups on the end of his driveway. People were videotaping, and he was doing sit-ups. It made no sense. And then with the Cowboys pulling his pants down or dancing around the Cowboy star after San Francisco beat them. Signing the cameras over the years after he scores a touchdown and dancing around. So Terrell Owens, he's not a likable person. He's a sore winner, and he's a talented player. I think Terrell Owens is the second greatest wide receiver of all time, right behind Jerry Rice. I mean, if you look at his numbers, he should have been a first ballot Hall of Famer. And if the fact that Randy Moss is a first ballot Hall of Famer, for all the complications and stuff that's been going on with his background, especially off the field, how is he a first ballot Hall of Famer and Terrell Owens isn't? But that's the NFL, and that's what the NFL likes to do. If they like somebody, they like his punctuality, they're going to induct him into the Hall of Fame faster than the other guy who doesn't want to have anything to do with the NFL after he leaves.